everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Holly, and in case you are new here, I make videos on Montessori and parenting and our daily lives here in Orlando, Florida. And today we are going to be talking about one of my very favorite Montessori activities / toys, and that is the Pikler Triangle. So the Pikler Triangle was created over 100 years ago by a pediatrician, and it really hasn't changed much since she created this. We have added like a ramp and different like climbing walls and stuff like that, but originally it was just this climbing feature to help kids learn how to climb and get those gross motor skills working and growing. And so the Pikler Triangle can be great for so many different things. We use it almost every day. I have a 10-month-old and an almost 3-year-old, and both of the kids use it and love it still to this day. We got it about 2 years ago, and it's been a great investment. They are a little bit pricey, but you can also find a lot of DIY projects for them, and if you're handy at all, you could probably create it for yourself. So I highly recommend it. And in today's video, I wanted to share 10 ways that we play with the Pikler Triangle that isn't the most standard, just climbing up and down things, but something that are a little bit more fun and unique that you can do with your kids. All right, so the very first idea I had for you guys is doing a ski ball using the ramp. So I will insert just a video of what we did, but I took bowls from my kitchen and just put some tape on the bottom and stuck them onto the ramp and got out a whole bunch of balls and some bean bags and had my son practice throwing the balls and bean bags into the different buckets that we had just taped on to the ramp. And this was so much fun. You can make the ramp higher or lower depending on your kid's skill level. You can make them stand back further or get closer. And we played with it for quite a while, and you can totally make this game your own and use tons of different bowls and use different balls and anything like that, and it can work for children of all sorts of ages. The second activity is an obstacle course. So you can do an obstacle, like a full obstacle course with literally just the Pikler Triangle. You can have them climb up and down and then crawl through and then crawl back through the other way, and have them go through this as an obstacle course, like all on its own, which is tons of fun. We do this all the time. You can also add different elements. So we have a tunnel, so you can add a tunnel in here and make them go through the tunnel with the obstacle course. You can add different things, like you need to play the drum after you crawl through, or you can add pillows, or literally anything that you can come up with, you can add to this obstacle course. It's a really easy activity, and it gets out a ton of energy for these older kids who are needing to get out and run around, and they love obstacle courses. I know my son, he loves to work on his memory. So I tell him like, oh, these are the steps that you need to do in the obstacle course, and he tries his best to remember it, and sometimes he'll ask for help about what is the next step, but it's really great for memory and for gross motor skills and getting out all that energy. The third activity is a balloon push through. So you'll see in my clip, but I have just a bunch of balloons. Kids love balloons in any sort of way. So if you can like bring in a balloon play, they will die for it. And I just had this balloon and I blew it up so that it could fit through mostly the Pikler Triangle, and then they would have to push it through like the rest of the way. So I just lift it there, and this is great for younger kids as well as learning to push things. They love to like hit and push different things like that. So pushing these balloons just through, and then they had to go get them and push them back through. My older son ended up just playing with the balloons as he does. So this is tons of fun. Balloons, always a go-to. And then just working them in any way that you'd want to with the Pikler Triangle is gonna work really well. And pushing those through was a ton of fun. All right, number 4 is an activity that I feel like a lot of people know how to do and use. It's just putting this ramp up and down the Pikler Triangle and putting cars and balls and literally anything you want down, and you can roll down it. This one is a lot of fun because it has the rock wall set up, so if you put balls, it kind of like kerplunks its way down and hits it and goes off all squampus, or you can do flip it over and just like roll balls down, put cars down. If you have Hot Wheel tracks, you can put Hot Wheel tracks down and create just like a big long ramp. Literally, like, that is so much fun for kids. That's oftentimes how my son will just like start playing on the Pikler Triangle by himself, because he'll just take his cars and start putting them down over and over and over again, and he will do that for like a good 20 minutes, just rolling cars and balls down this ramp. A lot of times he'll like climb them up and put them down, but playing on the ramp and like changing how tall and how short it is, you can tell kids, you know, about velocity and how things stop and go. And if there's no ramp, then there's no going down. And you can teach them tons of different things just from a single ramp and some balls. Number 5 is to make a tent out of a Pikler Triangle. So our Pikler Triangle is actually on the shorter end. I got it so that it could be used for babies of all ages, because that's like one of my favorite ways to play with it, is just having kids, like younger kids, like 6 months old to, you know, 1, really climb all over this, learn how to crawl and on it and different things like that, learn how to walk with it. So I decided to get a shorter one. Part of me really wants to get another one that is a lot taller for older kids, but you can still make a tent out of this, and I will insert a clip on it. But you just get a blanket, you just put it over. Kids love to crawl through dark things, and they love to just sit there. If it is a little bit taller, they probably would love to like just chill and read a book, just have a comfy little cozy place where they can relax and just unwind. Is going to be a ton of fun. And I love that you can make a Pikler Triangle a tent just with a single blanket. Number 6 is using this as a rope climb up. One time we went to my little gym and Oak had to climb up a ramp, and he held onto a rope and climbed up like the ramp using the rope. And it was a activity that he was still like practicing and picking up on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can totally recreate this. So if you want, you can just get, I use play silks, but you can use any sort of rope or anything like that, and you can either hold it depending on how big your kid is, and like hold it right here, and I'll insert a clip of me doing it, but hold it right here, or you can tie it onto your Pikler Triangle, and your child can just learn about like crawling up using the rope. And it's great for like hand-eye coordination and gross motor skills again, and they're able to really just like get that arm strength in. It's tons of fun. You can also work on having your child go backwards if they have mastered going up frontwards. So there's tons of different ways that you can do that, and I have really loved doing this, and Oak really thinks it's a ton of fun to hold on to the play silk. Sometimes he gets like a little bit nervous, so you kind of have to help coach them through that, but it's also fun to get some risky play in there so that they're able to feel the confidence that they need going forward when they are working on a brand new skill. All right, number 7 is to make a batting wall for little kids. So babies love to spin things. So as you see in the video I put up, I have a string that I have some little circular discs on. And both of my kids actually really liked to hit the discs and make them spin. You could do a ton. I just did one for this video to show you guys, but you can just have it all lined up with like a ton of different strings, and if you can find any sort of discs that could spin, or they don't even have to be discs, they could be square, anything like that. But they just love to make things spin. They love to bat at it. I also have seen on Pinterest someone cut up pool noodles and put pool noodles on the bars of a Pikler Triangle, and their daughter could, you know, hit it that way. I thought that would be tons of fun to do, and just like great for little kids who love to bat at things and like make things spin. Super awesome activity for them. Number 8 is to take this ramp and turn it into a bridge. It's tons of fun. I actually just use this poof right here. It's like the perfect height, and it's so great to use it as a bridge or a balance board. I think Oak has a ton of fun just walking across, learning about balance, and being up from the ground is a lot of fun for him, and being able to just enjoy that and not having me be like, no, you can't be up high, because that is oftentimes what happens when he's up tall. And so it's tons of fun for him to just learn how to balance and walk across. He also goes like underneath it and plays with it that way. So it's tons of fun to just add that element into it. You can just use whatever you have at home to make yourself a bridge and a balance board. Number 9 is to use this to help babies learn how to walk. So this can be extremely helpful in helping babies know how to put their feet like in front of each other this way. My son loves to just crawl up this, and then he will walk up this, and he has learned really well like how to move his feet one in front of the other that way. You can also, I'll insert a video clip of this. I have different, they're called squigs, but you can use literally anything, and put them on the edge, and kids are going to go across and take them out, and as they touch them and walk across, they are learning how to put one foot in front of the other, and it's just really encouraging them to learn that skill and to pick that up and to start walking. It's been a great way to work with my son, and it's been lots of fun to watch him learn how to walk this way. as he's picking up different objects from the ramp or just as he is crawling up the Pikler Triangle. All right, number 10 is one of my very favorite activities to do with the kids. It's called Saving the Animals, and you just take different animal figurines and you will, on one side I used tape for my little baby, and on the other side I used a piece of string and tied it into a bow to help teach him how to undo bows. And then we will also work on tying the animals up, and he will work on being able to do a bow himself or just a knot. But this way he can save the animals, he can learn how to untie a bow, and he will sit there and just figure it out, as you'll see. And my younger son really liked to just pull the animals off using the tape and save them that way. And my older son liked to come over and help as well. But it was tons of fun to do this activity, and they really enjoyed it. And we definitely could have just kept going with this activity for a good long while. So that is all of the 10 activities that I have for you guys to work with this Pikler Triangle. And if you have any other things, I would love to hear about what you guys do with your Pikler Triangle and how you play with it and what your kids love to do with it. If you guys liked this video and got something out of it and learned something, please like and subscribe. It means so much to me, and I'm really grateful for all of you who have watched and commented and supported, and I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Bye.